Okay, thank you so much for making out the time, and it's good to have everyone on the call, right, on both calls. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I think I'm just going to dig right off with introducing Miss Tommy to us, right? So Miss Tommy is our facilitator for this evening, one of our facilitators for this evening, and I'm going to just read about it to us so that we can all participate. So Miss Tommy is a passionate health educator and public health professional with years of experience designing and delivering programs that empower adolescents and young people to make informed and value-based decisions about their health and well-being. With a BSc in health education and masters in public health, she basically combines academic knowledge with a deep commitment to faith and community. She also currently coordinates impactful sexual and reproductive health and rights programs across Nigeria, reaching thousands of young people through workshops and advocacy and mentorship. And Tomilola is also deeply invested in helping teenagers understand their God given identity, maintain healthy boundaries, and build strong foundation for purposeful living. And finally, she's the founder of a virtual health promotion community, the HRI Foundation, that promotes healthy living through education, counseling, and support, allowing over 1,000 community members to make informed decisions about their health. And you can link up with her on Instagram, on X, on LinkedIn. On Instagram, it's underscore Privila underscore, while on X also is at underscore Privila underscore. And LinkedIn is Tumilola Privila Kipelu. So I'm just going to be calling her up to like have a presentation and then we'll take it up from there. Hi Tommy. Yeah, you can go
Hi.
ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Olumide. Thank you so much for the introduction. So let me confirm if I can be heard. Can I be heard? Can you confirm you can hear me, please? Hello.
Hi Debbie, can you confirm you can hear?
Okay. Okay. So I can also share my screen, right?
Okay.
So thank you so much, everyone. Good evening, everyone. It's so good to be here. Thank you so much to Olumide, who's my friend and also a boss. And thanks to the team at Bezali. It's so good to be here. I am aware that I am speaking to teenagers between the ages of 10 to 12 to 20. I believe that this session is going to be very interactive. So before we even start, there is a game I would like us to play. Now I cannot see the chat box, but I know that okay, maybe somebody can check for me. So before we start, I would want you to how do I connect with my audience now? I would want the teenagers in the house to raise their hands. Raise your hand with your 5 fingers. So it's just a game of if you've ever experienced something. So you're going to put down your hands. Yes. Okay, so let's start. Let's start. So if you've ever felt awkward or shy when someone brings up the word sex, can you put down your fingers? Put down your finger. Just one of your finger. I'm going to the next question. But let me repeat that first one. If you've ever felt awkward or shy when someone brings up the discussion, sex, or topic about sex, you've ever felt awkward, put down one of your fingers. Then to the next question. If you've ever heard, okay, let's just say if you've heard your friends or classmates talk like they know everything about sex, if this has happened to you before, if you've experienced it, please put down one of your fingers. So we're going to the third one now. If you've searched online or social media for answers about your body or your relationship, put down another finger. Okay, to the fourth one. If you've been confused about what is okay or what is not okay as a Christian when it comes to sexual feelings, can you please put down another finger? I asked you to put up 5 fingers, remember? This is the fourth question. Then we are going to the fifth one. But let me repeat this fourth one. If you've been confused, if you've ever been confused about what is okay, is this thing okay or not, as a Christian, when it comes to sexual feelings, can you please put down one finger? Then to the last question. If you've ever felt pressured to act older or sexier than you, I know many ladies or many young girls would be in this category. If you've ever felt pressured to act older or sexier than you are, can you please put down another finger? Okay, let me try and see. Okay, there's no one here. Are you putting? Oh, okay, I'm trying to check. Are you guys following me? We are together, right? Okay. So if you know that you were able to put down one or more fingers, you are not alone. I mean, you are not alone. We've all had this moment, and that's why we are here. We are here to talk about so many things as regards to your sexual health and your sexuality. So there's no shame here. This is a safe space. So when we say you should talk, when I ask questions, feel free to talk. Feel free to talk. I know that when we hear about sexuality and sexual health, we believe that uh, I mean, it sounds serious. It sounds serious, but I promise you, we are going to make it make sense. So I would like you to follow me as I continue. But even as we continue, kindly tear a sheet of paper. And what you will do for me on that sheet of paper, are you tearing it? I would like you to tear a sheet of paper. Don't write your name on it. But this is what you are going to do. You write what you learned during this session and what you are going to do differently going forward. What you learned during this session and what you are going to learn, I mean, what you are going to do, what you're going to change going forward. Can, can I be heard, please? Can I be heard? There's a background. Okay, okay. So I asked the teenagers to tear a sheet of paper. It's an anonymous something. So you don't have to write your name on it. Just two things I want you to write: what you learn during this session and what you are going to do differently going forward. Yes. Okay, so to the topic, there's a background noise actually. So I'm trying to. Okay, thank you. My sexuality and sexual
How
health
about
is it. So we're going to talk about what we understand about sexuality. You know that when you ask any young person what do you understand by sexuality, many people will say it means sex. Oh, let me not even jump. I would like you to tell me what you think we are talking about when we say sexuality. Can I have anyone respond to me from the audience? What comes to mind when we talk about sexuality or sexual health? Oh, everybody is gentle in this church. They don't like talking. Or we all don't know what sexuality means, or we don't know what sexual health means. Okay, let me just help us. so, so I wanted someone to respond from the audience before, but now that no one is responding, I have few minutes, so I will just jump. When we talk about sexuality, it's not only about sex. Like I said earlier, this is what I wanted us to do. I wanted you to drop an emoji in the chat or just react Just show me something like, or like just tell me how you feel when you hear the topic sexuality or your sexual health. And I wanted you to know that this is a safe space, that anything we say here stays with us. Just share your thought and express yourself. Your feelings are valid and you are welcome here. You don't have to be shy or anything. If I ask question, please answer. If you have questions, please go ahead to ask your question. So, like I said earlier, sexuality is more than just sex. It is not only sex. So, when you get a package and you open your package, I don't know if you've been gifted before. Maybe somebody gifted you something on your birthday, you now try to open it up. These are some of the things that sexuality contains when we're talking about sexuality. And the reason why God created your body and mind is on a purpose and for a purpose. And the reason why I'm talking about God now is that this is a church gathering, and we know that this is for us as believers. And so we want to understand why God created this in the first place. Even beyond the why God created it, what does sexuality mean and what does it entail? So when we talk about sexuality, we are talking about your body and your development. You will notice some physical changes and growth that you experience as you grow up. you know I'm aware that there are young people of 12 to 20 years, so you would experience some of these things. And there's no way we can talk about sexuality without talking about your values. Your values are what you stand for, your standards, and your belief, what you believe is right or wrong. Also, when we're talking about sexuality, like I said, it's not about sex alone. We are talking about your emotions. Some people will only talk about emotions and attractions and leave these other three things out. But no, when you're talking about sexuality, we're talking about all of these things. Like I said, you are opening up a package, and inside that package, you are seeing your values, your body and development, how you treat others, and all of that. These are the things that you see when we talk about sexuality. So now we're going to be talking about sexuality with purpose. I'm trying to rush up because I have limited time. Sexuality with purpose. Yeah, your body is the temple of God. I want us to read First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. I have my Bible here. So while you are opening it up, I would also read it from here. First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. I hope I'm not too fast for us. First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. If you think I'm too fast, you can just hint one of the moderators. They will send me a message. I'll see it here. But if I'm not too fast, then I can continue. First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. It says, "What? Know ye not that your body is a temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own." So when we are talking about sexuality and the way God sees it, God sees um you know it's like I said earlier, it contains your body and your development, right? So this your body that we're talking about now is the temple of God. That's how God sees you. He sees your body as his own temple where he can stay in. And God desires purity. He doesn't want anything shameful. So you can honor God with your choices. There are some choices that you will make and you self will not be proud of yourself. So these are three things that we're going to look at when we're talking about sexuality with purpose, or the way God sees sexuality. So the first one I already mentioned it, your body as a temple. That's how God sees it. He sees your body as his own temple that you can reside in. So there are some things that you don't want to do to God's temple. So you need to recognize your body as sacred, holy, and worthy of care. You need to take care of your body. Now, because we are saying that you need to recognize your body as sacred, you don't want to talk to a guy, you don't want to do all of this, does not mean that you should also be dirty. We'll get to that too. And also, you need to embrace purity. That's what God wants for you. You have to choose thoughts and actions that reflect God's love. When you're thinking, you're not thinking about all those nonsense that comes to your head. Oh, what if I, let me not start mentioning them, but we'll soon get to um where I would need to mention some of these things. So you choose the thoughts, you choose the actions that reflect God's love. We know all of these things that I'm talking about. You know some of the thoughts that used to come to your mind, right? I believe that we are young, young and alive youth, so we can vibe with what I'm talking about. I don't want to be using big grammar. Let's just be talking this way, and I believe that we can understand what I'm saying. Then, when we are talking about sexuality with purpose, we are talking about you honoring God in choices, not just with your body, not just with your thoughts and your actions, but in your choices too. You are making decisions that align with your faith, decisions that is going to make God proud. You know, I mentioned earlier that when we are talking about sexuality with purpose, we're not saying you should stay only alone. You don't talk to guys, you don't shake guys, and you know how some people categorize only, right? And then some people will now still be dirty. You will be dirty physically, and you say that yeah, God wants you to be clean, right? So let's keep it clean and healthy. Now, you know, I said the topic is my sexuality and sexual health. So when we talk about sexual health, what are we talking about? We are saying you should know how to take care of your body and your mind, not just your body, but your mind, your thoughts, you know. And clean equals to confidence. There's a way that if you are very clean, the way you will carry yourself that day, you'll be very happy with yourself. I know I cannot see many of us now, but as you are sitting, if you are very clean, there's a way that when you are walking self, you carry yourself with self-esteem, right? So I don't know if any of us have experienced this, but this is one thing that many young people, many young people have experienced while growing up. You know, there's a way you go to school and then you come back very tired. Maybe when you got back from school, you were like, you just wanted to eat, maybe do your assignment and sleep. And God help you, maybe your parents cannot really afford two uniforms and you just have one, you did not wash your uniform. The next day you just go and quickly wash it, and then maybe there's even no light for you to press it. So you go to school dirty. When you go, you know how you'll be, you will not want to talk to your friends very well, because you know that, or some people will even wear it like that and go to school and then you'll be dirty. On that day, you don't have that confidence. So when we're talking about sexual health, we're talking about see your body and your mind, everything. We're not, when people hear about health, they just think we're talking about emotional health alone, but this is not only about your mind, this is about your body as well. We're talking about your hygiene. There are some guys here, there are some guys here, you know yourself as we are talking, that you will wear your boxers for 2 weeks, abi your pants for how many days? That's bad. That's bad. So when we're talking about sexual health, all of these things, we're talking about you taking care of yourself. Your hygiene has to be very clean. You're wearing clean clothes, you're using safe toilet, and then your period too. For some ladies, they can decide to use one pad throughout the whole day, which is very wrong. When we're talking about sexual health, all of these things are supposed to be, you need to put all of these things in place. Ensure that your hygiene is 100%, is on point, and then you know your body parts. Many of us can relate with the fact that while we're growing up, your parents will say if you touch this guy like this, you just get pregnant. Or they will, instead of saying penis, they will say your kokoro. Or instead of saying your boobs or your breast, they will start calling it different names. And then some people, in the process of not knowing what is right, are falling victims of what they are not supposed to, you know. So as teenagers and believers, know your body parts. It is very important for you to know your body part and stop calling it different kind of names that they are not, you know. And then when we talk about sexual health, we are talking about you knowing what is okay and what is not okay. You, I mentioned when we were doing the game of put your hands down. I said, if you are confused about what is okay or what is not okay, as a Christian, you should, when it comes to sexual feelings, you should put your hands down. And this is what we're talking about, your sexual health. That means you're saying you are not really sure, you're confused about your sexual health, because your sexual health means you know what is okay and what is not okay. So why should you care about your sexual health and your sexuality in the first place? You need to care because of your relationship with God, right? You need to care because of your future. You need to care because let me just say, because of your confidence. Now, when you are aware about or when you know about your sexuality and your sexual health, there is a way that you are able to make decisions, or you're able to make respectful choices that would get you closer to God. There are a lot of people that they will fall into sin. Let me use that word because that's what we use in church. And they will now come back and say, "Ah, God, I'm really sorry. I'm very sorry. I will not do it again. I will not do it again." And then they will go back and do the same thing. Like you are making choices that are not respectful. Even you, if you are God, you will be angry with yourself. Oh, so like you should care because of your relationship with God. It's just like you are charging your fan is on 100%. If you are not taking note of all of these things, or you feel like I don't care, you are trying to say that from that 100%, your relationship with God is just going down till it gets to 0%. And you also need to care because of your future. We know that many people have dropped out of school, females especially, because of unwanted pregnancy, right? When you know about your sexuality and your sexual health, you're able to make informed decision for yourself. You're able to know, oh, this is you're able to set boundaries for yourself. I'm not supposed to pass this line and all of that. You're able to set a strong foundation for healthy adult relationship. And then because of your confidence is another reason why you should care. Like I mentioned earlier, I just used an example of you not washing your school uniform. But let's imagine someone that a young girl of 15 or 13 that got pregnant in school. Your colleagues start making jest of you. You'll not be able to go to school like that again. Even if you go, you can be sleeping in class. Your parents will not be happy with you. Your confidence level, your self-esteem will just go down like that. But then when you care about your sexuality and your sexual health, you are able to make choices that build self-respect, and you sef you have peace of mind. So you need to stay safe and stay wise. So what are some of the red flags to watch out for? Don't trade your value for attention. You know that the other time I said that there's no way you talk about sexuality or your sexual health without talking about value, right? So these are the things that you stand for, your belief. So don't trade it for attention. You know what pornography does for people? It distorts reality and healthy relationship. There are a lot of things that you start thinking that that is how it is in real life, and it is not so. And when you now grow up and you get married and all of that, you discover that this thing is not like the way I thought it was. So pornography only distorts reality. It affects you in ways that you do not know until later in life. Another thing, another red flag you need to watch out for. When I say watch out for, when you're supposed to run away from them. You're supposed to run away from all of these things. Unsafe touching. Recognize and report inappropriate contact. So I'm going to share an experience here. You know, if you are in Ibadan, I know that this church is in Ibadan, right? You know how you go to the market and all these guys in the market, they'll not be touching you anyhow. That is so bad. When you see things like that, just frown at it. I have a younger sister that would tell them that never in your life, do not touch me again. Because what is this? And I also said I was going to share an experience. While I was still in school, I was coming back from, I schooled in Uniloring, by the way. I was coming back and I was in the car with this blind man. In my mind, I believe that the man is blind. And so because you are blind, you are not supposed to like you are blind. You are just blind. And I figured out that this blind man was touching my thighs, like was touching my leg in the car. And I was wondering what kind of nonsense is this. I thought this man is blind. So I carried his hand and removed it. I wanted to slap him. If you slap the person, you are still it's still your right, right? But then I was wondering, I thought this man is blind, so how is he able to know where my thighs are? So some people are like that. Those are unsafe touching. Do not accommodate things like that. Recognize and report inappropriate contact. Like frown at it. Frown at it. That's how some people used to start, and they'll start touching you and start touching you till it leads to something else. These are red flags to watch out for. Sexting and peer pressure too. This can lead to regret and unsafe situation. And for those that don't know what sexting means, it's just some people, a guy and a girl or a guy and a girl, sending different kind of things to themselves about sex. Yes. And then another red flags to watch out for is early or risky relationship. They will say don't enter relationship early. Many people will not want to listen. It's because of all of these things. So, or risky relationship. You should prioritize emotional and spiritual readiness. Enter relationship when you are emotionally ready and spiritually ready. I believe we are still together. I just want to rush because of my time. How to stay strong. Oh, like I said earlier, you are not alone. Pray to God for strength and always seek God's guidance and clarity daily. Hey, pray for strength though. It's important. Pray for strength. Another beautiful thing is to find accountability. We have trusted people everywhere. I'm saying trusted friend or trusted people, not just anybody. So you can share your struggles with a trusted friend or mentor. A lot of young people have shared things with me that stays with me. And I remember a friend that was struggling with pornography, and one of the ways or one of the things he did was to speak to his pastor. So you have pastors in your church, you have mentors in your church that you can actually share your struggles with, right? But then you need to be able to pray and talk to God. You need to be a friend of God to be able to seek God's guidance and clarity daily. Also, avoid triggers, limit alone time, and avoid harmful media. Some of you, that is when you'll be joining WhatsApp group and all these Telegram group that they used to post all these things that you know that they are not safe for your health, they are not safe for your sexual health, they are not even safe for your mind, right? So you need to limit alone time. When if you at least you know that whenever you are alone, that's when your body will be doing somehow, or that's when you'll be thinking of, "Ah, I need to call this guy, or I need to talk to this lady," and you know that that thing that you are thinking is going to lead to something else. So just limit it. When you know that you're alone like this, just go to wherever friends are, or just get yourself engaged in something meaningful and avoid harmful media. Maybe you are scrolling through Instagram or any social media platform, and that's when you are just seeing different things that you feel like, as I'm seeing this thing is affecting my mind. Just avoid it. Avoid triggers. These are the ways you can stay strong. And also set boundaries early. This is for those that are in their 20s, or maybe they're already 20s. Okay, set boundaries early. I wanted to say that if you are in the university, that's not when to invite a guy to your house in the middle of the night. But I was trying to check the age again, that 12 to 20. But then what I'm trying to say is that you need to communicate your limits clearly and firmly. I have friends that they cannot let you shake them, and it is fine. Let people abuse them. If you know that shaking is their own weakness, don't allow anybody shake you, right? You know yourself better than any other person. So set boundaries early, and also know your worth. Understand your identity and your value in Christ. Like I said earlier, keep your body fresh. Your hygiene is holy too. So wash all those boxers that you need to wash. Wash your pants. Don't use one pad throughout the day. Wash your private parts daily. Use only water for your vagina. For ladies, don't be soap inside your vagina. No, use only water, and then change your parts regularly. You should also use breathable underwear. Don't choke everything. Don't choke your penis, don't choke your vagina. And also do not ignore infection or unusual smell. Whenever you notice something that is different from how your body is, please raise an alarm, talk to your parents about it, talk to visit the hospital, see health professionals, right? So I had to rush. So these are my final encouragements to you. My dear teenagers, you are valuable. God's plan for you is good. Please do not rush what should grow slowly. All of these things that you are experiencing, we have experienced it, so you will later calm down. You hear? Don't rush what should grow slowly. And also ask questions, seek help, and stay informed. Your sexuality is part of your identity. I mean, the reason why you can talk to me is because I've also gone through I, well, I don't know what you're currently going through, but I'm trying to say that I've gone through this teenage age. That's why you should talk to some older people, trusted ones, please, trusted ones. Your sexuality is part of your identity and not something you should be ashamed of. So it's time for you to, I don't know if we take questions now or um after the second session, but then just to say that no question is silly. No question is silly. You can always ask your question. If you are online, you can drop it in the comment section. If you are in the congregation, just you can ask your question if you have any question. So thank you so much everyone for listening. I have come to the end of this session. Oh, we have come to the end of this session. This is how you can also connect with me. Thank you so much everyone.
Hi, Tommy. Can you hear me? Okay, okay. Thank you so much for that session. And I think we'll just quickly move to the next speaker. Then we'll have the Q and A combined. Hi, Olayinka. Can you hear me? I'm adding you to the stage now. Can you confirm you can hear me, please? I'm adding you to the stage of StreamYard. Yeah, you actually, I'm adding you to the stage on StreamYard. That's streaming to the live YouTube. Did you get that? YouTube. Just go to the StreamYard link. The StreamYard link I shared it here. Yeah, I think you're already live here, though.
Yeah, so but can you hear me here now? Like, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't
Okay.
see your video, but we can hear you definitely. So we
Okay,
need
but
your video
can you
on.
see? Are you also live streaming the Google Meet? My video is on the Google Meet.
Yeah, you can switch off your video on the Google Meet and join on StreamYard. You should be, dude. It
Oh,
will
okay.
show.
So let me try that if it works.
All right.
So is my video showing on StreamYard now?
No, it's still not showing yet. It's your system
Okay,
that is showing right now.
there's an issue with that. Okay, I don't know why my video is not
Wow.
showing on stream. Uh, okay, you know what? Let me leave and join again using the same link.
All right, no problem. That's fine.
Okay, so let me mute here. So can you hear me on? Can you hear me now? Okay, so I think I'll just go ahead then. So yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, it's afternoon where I am. So my name is Olayinka Debajo, and I'm going to start by saying a few things. Auntie told me she has, because whatever Auntie told me presented just now speaks to both young teens, boys, girls, and young adults. So I believe that's the audience we have today. So it won't be okay for me to, go over everything she has said and then, in order not to bore. So I'm more enthusiastic about the questions that we would both get, because our conversation is more on. I'm trying to remember the theme again, because I am actually here to say it all. So are we really going to talk about everything? Yes. For the purpose of this particular conversation, we're going to talk about everything. So, and questions, not answers, create knowledge. So I'm more enthusiastic about the questions that you guys are going to ask us. Just ask us however it comes to your mind. Don't say, "Oh, I'm shy" or something, because that's why we're here to answer all your questions, at least to the best of our knowledge. So I'm going to skip a few things. Uh, I also want to acknowledge Mr. Olumide Adaramoye for actually inviting me through Mrs. Tomioni to speak, on this particular, um, to speak here today. So I told
I
him I would actually,
sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, can you unmute on Google Meet also? Can you unmute on Google Meet? But we can't hear you on Google Meet.
okay, so is it better now? Okay, so
Yes, yes,
sorry
please.
about that. So yeah, and then I also want to acknowledge the love that you guys have for Mr. Olumide Adaramoye. I told him when he reached out to me, I told him, your teens, they love you a lot. Oh. And I want to also feel that love during our conversation today, which means that we have to make this as interactive as possible so that we can answer all those questions that you have at the back of your mind. So, as young Christians, there are a few things that should matter to us. There are only two classifications of sex, majorly the male or female. It's either, by the way, I live in Canada, and the reason why I'm making these classifications is because of the things I see here daily. I'm sure some of you, we can classify you to be Gen Zs or Gen this or Gen that. You know what people say about the gender and sex and all. Now, we don't want to be part of that. We are Christians, children of God. So we have only two major classifications of sex. We have the male or the female. So it is either you are male or female. But in scientifically and biologically, there are times when we can have, maybe due to hormonal imbalance or mutations or genetic variations, we can have intersex, individuals that have both sex. And maybe surgeries or medical procedures will be done to either select one sex or the other, or maybe some of them get to live that way, during the lifetime. But we must acknowledge that it's either you are male or you are female. So there's no, I am a male transforming to a female, I am a female transforming to a male. No, in the Christendom, that is not possible. So let's put that at the back of our mind. So let me go to the next slide. And then also in this classification, the one that applies to us more in the classification of gender is the CIS gender, which is a person whose gender identity matches their sex assigned by birth. We only go by the sex that was assigned by birth as Christians. There's no queer or whatever. That doesn't apply to us as Christians. So let's all have that at the back of our minds why we have this conversation today. So just to follow up with what Mrs. Oni said, earlier during her presentation, notably she made mention of the First Corinthians. I also have my Bible here, and I actually expect everyone to have their Bibles. Brother Lumide, can you confirm that those in the auditorium, they have their Bibles with them?
Yes,
Because do they? Can we hear someone from the audience telling us that they have their Bibles with them? Because just to make sure that this is interactive, we might actually call on the one or two individuals to read the Bible for us. We don't want it to be, that's a way of actually acknowledging that they do have their Bibles with them, because that's why we're here. We will only talk about scriptures, nothing outside scriptures as children of God. So we want to understand sexuality from the Christian point of view. So I want to. I'm talking to the guys specifically now because I'm told to speak with my men, with my young boys, and so you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that is according to Psalm 139 verse 14. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Whatever you have right now, we were all made in the likeness of God. From man comes the woman. So whatever you have now as boys, as young men, the women, they took part of that, for their own creation as God would have it. So, but altogether, we are all fearfully and wonderfully made. And that speaks to the fact that since we are made in the likeness of God, we must be Christ-like. We must live the life of Christ. We can't go out there and start living like those who do not know Christ. Although our job when we grow up, maybe when we are at that stage in life, is to be able to speak with them so they will become children of God too. So, but you that you're already children of God, you should make sure that you don't backslide, you don't walk out of the path that the Lord has created for you. So puberty is also part of God's design. He has designed everything in his own likeness. He understands everything down to, there's this saying that he knew me even before I was born. So even before you became the fetus, before you became when your mother has you first trimester, this and that, he knew who you would be. He knew who you were. He knows who you are. So it speaks to the fact that you must make sure you live the life of Christ only in righteousness. So the third one, sexuality includes thoughts, feelings, and how you treat others. Even, sexuality doesn't have to do with just you alone. It goes a long way, even down to how you treat others. In my own practice as a gender equality advocate, we train our boys to support the girls during their periods. We know that period is something that a girl, a woman will undergo during their lifetime. No woman will escape that. A few weeks ago, I was reading about the scriptures on how the whole period, menstruation came about and all. But what we teach our men, our young men, right from being boys, is that you must be able to help the young girls, the women. You see them in schools. You would see I think we are talking to teenagers 12 to 22. So there's no way that one or two of you wouldn't have come across, your friends who are of reproductive age, who are menstruating. So this particular statement speaks to you being able to assist them. How do you assist them? You create safe spaces for them. You make sure they are not ashamed of their periods. If they need your help in any way, you are able to. Some of you have the boys now. You have sisters. I don't know. I wish this were. Hybrid enough to the extent that I can actually ask a question. If anyone here has actually had the opportunity of getting pads for their sister. So I don't know. Can I hear someone speak in the audience? If they've had an opportunity to help their sister get a pad or something, a menstrual pad in this sense. Uh, is it possible? I don't know if I'm interacting with the audience directly, so I would like
Yeah,
to.
you can interact with the audience, but that will be on Google Meet.
Okay, so can I actually see someone maybe raise their hands and maybe tell me if they've had the opportunity of helping their sister get a pad or something? Did I see a hand over there?
Yeah, let me see. Oh, do you raise your hand? Okay.
Okay, so what was the experience like when I can see you, and I think I can hear you a bit. So what was your experience like when you assisted your sister in getting the pads? When you got to the maybe the pharmacy or the store or something, how did you feel? Oh, I can't hear you. I wish I could hear him, but I can't. Hello?
You did get that.
Yeah, okay. I didn't get, can you come again, please?
I wondered what she wanted to use it for.
Oh, okay. So in the fall, you didn't know what she wanted to use it for before she sent you.
Yes, I tried.
Okay, but when you got back to her, did she tell you that I mean what she used it for or something?
Yes, I asked.
Okay, so did you ask questions further from her about what that is?
Come again.
So did you when she told you what she used it for, were you still curious to know more or something? Or you just okay, that's it, then you walked away?
I was no longer curious. I just accepted that that's what they're using it for, and I went on my day.
Okay, so do you support her? During it comes every month. So do you have the opportunity of support? Did you get it for her every month or it's just once in a while?
Once in a while.
Oh, once in a while. So yeah, that's good. That's sorry, what's the name? Did I get your name?
Philip, sir.
Oh, Caleb. Oh, Caleb. Thank you, Caleb, for giving that awesome response. So there's also one of our Bible uh, verses that speaks to self-control as being a fruit of the spirit. I don't know if Caleb is the one I have access to right now. Can you tell us the fruits of the spirit that you know, that you've heard of, or that you've read in the Bible? Can you?
Love, love,
Okay.
joy, peace,
Okay.
patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, self-control.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Caleb. So I actually look forward to getting questions from you guys. So, but we'll just make this as brief as possible so that we can go to the Q&A. So these are some of the questions that boys ask, and these are some of the questions that we look forward to you asking me as we proceed, because I'm here to tell it all, as I said earlier. So questions, I mean, boys ask questions like, why do I get erections even when I don't want to? Even though it's part of the body anatomy. So there's also a question on what if I'm curious about sex but feel guilty? Is it bad to struggle with temptation? Would see something that speaks to that in James 1, 14 to verses 14 to 15. Also, Mrs. Tommy mentioned earlier this particular question about how can I honor God with my body? When she read out First Corinthians chapter 6, 19 to 20. So during the question and answer segment, I'm sure we'll come across some of these Bible verses because as I said earlier, we are children of God and we only want to teach you whatever comes from the scriptures as we proceed. So also, I'm sure we'll get questions on consent, respect, and protection as we proceed. For some of us, I don't know, consent simply means the ability to, let me speak in layman's now. Consent means that before you do something, you must get the approval of, whoever is the subject, maybe whoever you are doing it with or whoever you are doing it for. Like when you go to the hospital now, maybe they want to do something in the hospital and all. The first thing you'll see the doctors bring out, maybe to your parents, would be a consent form. They call it a consent form. That consent form is more like something that brings mutual agreement. Oh, we want to do this for so. Can we go ahead? Do you agree? And for some of us within the age brackets that our audience right now, you're still um, classified as minor, as being minor. But for those above the ages 18, above 22, I mean, according to the Nigerian constitution, um, you are no more minors. You can give consent yourself. But for those below the age 12 to 17, your parents still have the responsibility of giving consent on your behalf, or assent, as the case may be. So, for you to know that the Bible understands everything we're talking about, there's a place of consent in the Bible, according to Philippians 2, verses 3 to 4. So consent means mutual agreement and no pressure. As young people, don't be pressured into doing anything. And make sure that even without anything should be classified as things that have to do with Christ. Not you are different from those ones in the world. You are children of God. So you also need to respect others and flee from immorality. Immorality are things that Christ will not do, things that our Master Jesus would not do. Those are immoral things. So you need to respect others and flee from immorality. And there's a place in the Bible that speaks to that. That First Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 3 to 4. So I'm going to be a bit skeptical about the next one, which says use protection to prevent STIs and pregnancy. Of course, we advise as professionals and brethren in Christ that you should not have sex outside marriage. There is nothing in Christ that is called premarital sex. No. As long as it is not in our Bible, it is not part of our lifestyle. It's not what we should do. But, we can't be too sure that our teenagers, with the way the environment is right now, we still want to protect you from the environmental hazard. So it's better for us to tell you the truth than for us to hide the truth from you. So in case a teenager finds themselves in a position of vulnerability involved in, sexual intercourse and other immoral activities, we advise the use of protection. Why? For health reasons, STIs, that's sexually transmitted infections, and then to avoid unwanted pregnancies. So my advice to you listening to me right now is don't even try to engage in sexual intercourse at all as young people, as young boys. And this is extreme. Let's see this as an extreme case, that what if it happens, but don't let it happen. So use protection to prevent STIs and unwanted pregnancy, but make sure that you don't find yourself in a vulnerable state when or where you would want to have an intercourse with someone. Too young for that. Don't do it. So real strength is shown in self-control. Like Caleb mentioned earlier, one of the fruits of the spirit is self-control. And don't let anyone, don't get vulnerable. I know you guys, there is what we call peer pressure right now. Bolaji is doing that, and Caleb wants to do it too. In school, Olayinka is saying, Caleb, you can't do this. I can do it, but you can't do it. That's your real strength is in self-control, okay? Your real strength, who you are as a being, is in how you're able to control yourself. Self-control. So don't let anyone pressure you into doing what is immoral. So, and I must tell you, the question and answer segment would actually make you realize, just as Mrs. Tommy said earlier, that there's nothing you guys are going through right now or feeling that we have not felt before. We've gone through your stage before. So there's nothing you want to, tell us that you are doing right now that we've not done before. Don't worry, we will expose ourselves during the question and answer segment. Okay. Uh, so it's okay to ask for help, seek wise counsel, according to Proverbs 11:14. Also at the end of this, we are going to accept some mentees, from this. I have, when I heard Mrs. Tommy giving her presentation, the first thing that came to my mind is, oh, I have a lot of mentees from this group. So I'm actually going to give out my contacts too. And I want you all, if possible, I don't know if there's a WhatsApp group that has all the boys and the girls who are audience today. I would want to have a one-on-one interaction with each of you, maybe as a group or individually, beyond this event that we're having, so that we can have a mentorship. We can have mentorship meetings with you guys, just to make this more sustainable. Let me use that. So we don't just come here and use 2 hours with you and then we leave it at that. No, we want to sustain our relationship with you so that we can mentor you further. So you also need to talk to someone you trust. Number one, trust God. He is the first to be trusted. After God, trust your parents because they know what is good for you. They are the ones that God has elected as your caregivers on earth. So there's a reason why you came through them. So make sure that you listen to your parents, you trust them enough to be able to hear God's leading through them. Train up a child in the way of the Lord. So I want someone to complete that sentence in the audience, just to make sure you're following me. Train up a child in the way of the Lord. Can someone complete that?
Who is volunteering? Who is volunteering? Aside skill. Yeah? Passwords. There is not to read it, is to say it now. Jesus is God. What's the children we have in our hand? Can you read the verse? Like the first verse you mentioned. Train up your child in you. Train up your child well. Yeah? I need one person to speak. One person. One person. Raise up your hand. If you are sure of yourself, raise up your hand. Aside skill. Okay. Yeah, we are two. What's your name?
My name is Oluwatola.
Wow, Oluwatola. Okay, so can you help us complete that sentence?
Train up a child in the way of the Lord, and when he should not depart from it.
Wow, thank you so much, Oluwatola. I mean, that's a wonderful name too. That's good. Thank you to mommy and daddy, and of course, brother Olumide, for having wonderful children. So with him, so you are more than your urges. God has a plan for you. Um, have you ever imagined that who controls your body? You have control over your body. So whatever is happening in your body right now, you have control over it. You can stop it. I heard Mrs. Tommy say earlier that whenever you have wrong thoughts in your head, immoral thoughts, what do? You get busy. You distract yourself. If you have a devotional, pick it up. If you have your Bible, which should actually be the first call, you pick it up. You study your Bible. You distract those crazy thoughts. You take them off your mind. And once you do that, it shows you have self-control, and then you are more than your urges. You can control it. You can't see the way God created us is for us to be able to control things. He did not, and that was why in the Garden of Eden, when he created Adam and Eve, all those things that they created afterwards were under them. So you have the power and strength. You are more than your urges. And of course, the moment you have self-control, as they usually say, you have it all in this world. Once you can control yourself, and then God has a plan for you, according to Jeremiah 29, verse 11. So also, ultimately, Ultimately, let your life honor God. Whatever you do, in anywhere you find yourself, now, tomorrow, and in future, live your life for Christ. Let your life honor God. And for example, my mentor, my own mentor, is established, is well-renowned scientist, researcher, but whenever he wants to say anything, he speaks with the scriptures. He uses a particular Bible verse or something to qualify whatever he says. He doesn't just say it outwards. He looks for something in the Bible that qualifies whatever he says because he has lived his life right from childhood down to who he is today. He has lived his life for Christ. Whatever he does in his life, if if he becomes the president of Nigeria tomorrow, the work of the Lord will reflect in his lifestyle. People will see it that, oh, this is not just a renowned scientist, he's a child of God. He's a child of God before he became before being a scientist. So that standout thing that people see in his life before they see every other thing is that he's a child of God. Hmm? So his life honors God, both in his thoughts, in his word, and in his action, according to Romans 12, verse 1. Romans 12, verse 1. So you must make sure also that your own life reflects the presence of God. If you become the president of Nigeria tomorrow, if you become a renowned doctor tomorrow, if you become the best nurse in Africa tomorrow, make sure that wherever you find yourself, people see Christ before they see who you are. You understand? So I think we'll stop there so that we can take questions from you. We are eager to answer your questions even more than the presentation that we've made. So thank you very much. And we are here to take your questions now. Thank you.
All right, then. Thank you very much. I don't know. So, are you doing live stream or stream that place? Hi, Tommy.
Yeah, we have Tommy on the call. She's here. Maybe she's having network issues. Tommy, are you there?
Hello, Tommy. What's it? Can you hear me?
Oh, and thank you to Esther Onoyiga. She actually helped us with putting all the scriptures in the chat box. Thank you so much, Esther.
All right, can you hear me now? Okay, so I'll just be taking the I'll be just taking it around you guys if they have specific questions so that they can ask you. Is that fine?
Yes, they should ask us any question. We are here to answer, and they shouldn't be shy because it is those questions that can actually lead to. The curiosity is the mother of all creations. So no matter how curious you are, just ask those questions. We are here for you. Thank you. Babe. Oh, it's here, not here. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I thought they came to deliver something for us. Check the person outside first. I think she might actually be from Amazon.
question. Nobody has questions.
Please point to you. You need to point at them. I know they are shy. Make sure they ask questions.
Who are you pushing? They are shy about asking questions. Okay. So it seems as though we are shy. People are shy of asking questions, maybe because of the sensitivity of the topic. So I guess we would.
I said maybe.
Oh, okay. They're in church, and their counselors are here also. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, loud and clear. I can hear you.
Hi, Tommy. Can you hear me?
I was once like them, very shy. I think it was
Can
just.
anyone hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
can
can,
you also hear me here?
yes, we can hear you. For the most parts of my early life, I was also shy, so I understand them.
Yeah, so it seems that they will just forward the questions. Like we'll get the questions privately and forward it to you if they ask specific questions.
Okay,
Because
please
right now
go ahead.
nobody's answering if they have questions. But they've also indicated that it seems as though aside F.A.M.E and someone else, it seems that every other person learned something. And these people have learned something or did not learn something. Okay. So it seems as though everybody learned something today. So I think the good part would be to ask people what they learned specifically. Right? That would be the nice one. So we'll do it one by one. Should we do one by one or should we have nominees? We have nominees that want to share what they learned today. You want to start from me, okay. Leading by example. So this mention your name and what you learned. Just short.
I do things, and I learned that American sex is fun.
You did not know before.
Let our life on board in everything they are doing. It's like.
Okay. Your name and what you learned. And look at the camera. You're very shy. You're shy.
My name is F.A.M.E.
We can't hear you.
My name is F.A.M.E.
Okay.
Which I learned is that.
Can't hear you. I cannot hear you.
My name is F.A.M.E. What I learned is that if you're having a boyfriend at this time,
You got no son. Oh, I got no son. Is it having a boyfriend at this time is not good?
it was that answer that said something about relationship.
Complete with your continue.
The relationship at this time is
Okay.
bad.
Okay. That's what you learned. Okay. Your name and what you learned. So, Mr. Olayinka, can you hear them clearly?
Yes, I can hear them. I love the responses I'm getting actually.
Okay, awesome. So, your name and what you learned.
My name is Beniola. I learned that I'm not alone. No matter what I'm facing, or no matter what is in my mind, I can get someone I trust to talk things out with.
Oh,
Awesome.
okay, that's good to know. Why are people moving back? I don't understand. Please walk, come forward. Kindly come forward. Kindly come forward. Your name and what you learned, please.
My name is Sikayo.
I can't hear you, sir.
My name is Sikayo.
Okay.
So I learned that I should talk to people I trust because God gives people.
Okay.
Because God gives people to guide us.
Okay. All right. Jump with. I don't know how to jump. Yeah, my jumping.
Okay, my name is Abanjesu.
Okay.
And I learned how self-control is an important fruit of the spirit and how it can help us to navigate daily life to prevent us from getting into uncomfortable situations.
Okay. Awesome. Mr. Lang, are you still with us? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear
Mr. Lang,
you.
can you hear me?
It's I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Once again, I am Oluwatola.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. I learned that sexuality is about my thoughts, feelings, my actions, and how I treat others. And
Awesome.
sexuality is about my thoughts, feelings, actions, and how I treat others. Then I should also set boundaries early. Know your words.
Awesome.
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 All right. Caleb, you are looking at all the notes. That's good.
Since my body is a temple of God, I should learn to keep it clean and sacred for God's purpose. And I should learn to seek counsel and be able to control my body relating whenever it comes to matters relating to sex.
Sorry, does Caleb have a personal
My name
phone?
is Joseph. I can't hear you, sir.
Hello? Yeah, does Caleb have a personal
Yes, he
phone?
does.
Okay, I would like to get Caleb's number. After the meeting, I would like to get Caleb's number. Yes.
My name
Okay, no problem, sir.
Joseph. So I learned our restraint lies in self-control, and then we must always seek counsel from other mentors. Not exactly. Like,
Okay, did you catch that?
Yeah, yes. Awesome. And Joseph is that's my Christian name. So Joseph is my friend also.
Okay. Oh, Joseph is a Christian name.
Yes, that's my middle name
That's
actually.
nice. Oh, okay, awesome. All right. So this is one of our big sisters. Oh, you don't want to? Yeah, this is one of our big sisters. So
Oh,
what
awesome.
is the name now?
My name is F.A.M.E. Direct. It's the fact that when it comes to setting boundaries, you have to recognize the boundaries yourself. You have to recognize things that trigger you so that you can prevent those things, especially in your relationship with others.
Awesome.
All right, awesome. I think we've gotten a win from everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, the jumper. Okay. So your name I want to learn.
My name is Precious. My name is I don't know.
So just enter one thing event. Okay. Something now. You get enough, but just one.
Tommy, I think you need to get closer to Precious. I'm thinking. Yeah, Tommy, can you hear me?
Okay, so she gets to send a message on.
Yeah, I think you should get a bit. If you can, if you don't mind, take Precious up as your baby.
I don't mind.
Yeah, she needs to build that confidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please help me with that number.
Okay, I think we've gotten a feel of everyone. So nobody asked questions once again. Nobody. Wow. I think Mr. Lainka and Mrs. Tommy must be very good teachers for you not to have questions. But we'll get their contact and forward whatever questions that you have.
Yes, please.
Right, you can also forward it. And
yes.
And you can.
At least that will be anonymous. Their friends will know about their questions, so it's good.
Yeah, definitely. Okay then. I think that's all from my own end here. I don't know if I'm going to give it to my things coordinator Marga to say some few words and then we can close. So this is our things coordinator, Mrs. Bennett.
Oh, thank you so much, ma. Thank you.
Yes. So just going to like say a few words and then we'll close.
Yes.
I'm not sure I can hear anything.
Yeah, I can hear it too. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't. Tommy, can you hear anyone? I
I think he had network issues because I can see that he left the
Oh,
call.
okay.
There's a question online, the in-call messages. I think there's a question there.
Oh, okay. Let's check. What advice can we give to those attending school that are not mixed with the opposite sex? That girls only. Oh, Tommy, did you attend a girls only school? Yeah.
No, I attended a mix.
Okay, so I attended a boys only school. So I think I can speak from the boys' angle. So, what advice can I give to a boy attending a boys only school? Abi, there are not, yeah, a boys only school. Ah, well, I was a very shy guy in school, very shy. So I did not really know, what was going on around me. And then I schooled in an environment. I mean Lagos. I schooled in Lagos. That's Victoria Island in Lagos. And but my school was actually populated with boys from Lagos Island. I don't know where. Okay, this school is in this audience. They are in Ibadan, so they don't know a lot about schooling in Lagos and all. But I think what I can say briefly about my experience in a boys only school is just the youthful exuberance, um, the normal day-to-day curiosity about the body anatomy. Um, of course, not in this new age where people are claiming to be gay, bisexual, and things like that. A lot will be going on. A lot will be going on in our schools, in our boys only and girls only schools right now, and only God can help us. But back in those days, uh, just the youthful exuberance and being curious about what the body anatomy is, and occasionally, not me, but with my experience with my friends, occasionally when we had girls visit our school, we want to make use all the opportunity of having them around to explore things. Let me use explore to want to do things, try things. And then similar for girls only schools too, because I know I had experiences back then, as a timid, shy young boy visiting girls only schools. And then, there are levels of harassment you get, how they are so touchy and all. But so, my advice would be, just as I said earlier, you are a child of God. Stick with all the Bible passages that we've read and make sure that you live by anything and everything in scriptures. So, whatever the scriptures say about you being a child of God, that is the advice I have for you. Either you're attending a boys only school, a mixed school, either you have encounters with the opposite sex, just focus on why you are in school. You are in school to read, study, get good grades. Don't forget about the worldly things.
Hi, Mr. Lanika.
Sorry? And don't engage in those things. So thank you so much. I think that has answered the question.
Hello. All right. So if you've been with us till now, thank you so much for that, and apologies for the delay earlier. It was due to internet connection, but we'll just call it a day. And thank you so much for joining us till now. If you have questions, you can also drop it in the chat section, like I would capture that. And if you stay with us till now, you are actually the real MVP. We appreciate your time, and we are sure that you will do more of this and more of this. Thank you so much once again for joining in. Enjoy the rest of your evening.